We're back here in the final segment of our program, speaking with Leo Thurston today and Bianca. You worked with the Nygard company for many, many years, you say?
Yes.
25 years?
25 years, yes.
So you've seen a whole lot of employees come and go?
Oh, yes. And a lot of them get wrongly dismissed too because of the same guy here, Justin.
Justin caused a lot of people to be dismissed?
And quit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's how nasty he was, you know.
What did he do at the key?
He will start off being helpful, working in the office, assisting with what you used to do.
The events.
Yeah.
Events?
Yes.
And then
events planning?
Right. I hired him actually to help us the events planner at Nygard Key. And then he had left. It was a temporary thing, and he had left, and then he had a close relationship with my dad. I mean, he said that my father was like a father to him, and he was very loving with me too, like to say, thank you so much for this job and this opportunity, and I really appreciate you. And then he had left, and he had begged my dad basically to be able to come back. And he did very well in hospitality and stuff. I didn't know that behind the scenes if he was doing anything else to other employees. But he shone as somebody that we liked in our environment. And when he stopped, then there was a twist, a shift. So you see somebody with good intentions all the time, and then you notice a shift. And something normally has happened at that point where they've had a conversation with the neighbor or something, and they've been offered money to do something else, So now his attitude instead started to be like he used to put his feet up on the desk and just relax and be not helpful at all, or be trying to con something, scam something or something. I started getting bad feelings from him also, and warned my dad about it, that it wasn't the same Justin Sands that we had originally met and hired. My dad still liked him and thought that there would be another opportunity for him maybe in the store, which I was also recommending because he wasn't doing a good job as a property manager that he had been made into at that time temporarily. And he did do a good job in the store actually, and then he disappeared suddenly. And what happened after that was this article came out with all of these fabricated lies, and it's disgusting and shocking. And now I'm not sure where he is. But what will happen is it's defamation of character. All of those things are investigated. But the thing is, it's already out there. It's out there. So people might think that these certain things will come out, like rape or that my dad's not allowing people out of there. And so Leo's here to say, like, I'm not with my dad all the time. Like Leo said, he's with my dad all the time. He walks my dad up to his room and makes sure he gets into his room okay before he leaves, and that he's asleep. So he knows him all the time. So he's here to say that these things are terrible, horrific lies that are not true at all, hands down, the end of story. And everybody else that was mentioned in there, I could probably bring on the show to say the same thing. But it's like you have to stand up for yourself instead of just letting people say these lies, and then later when they find out it's not true, then say, oh, sorry, it's not true. The story's already been out there.
When you say that he disappeared, he was working at the store and he disappeared.
Yeah, he said he had a job, he got a great job opportunity somewhere off the island, and then he was gone,
And the next thing you knew, there was this affidavit, this article coming out in the States or Canada or wherever.
It came out on WhatsApp, that's how I got it. Somebody sent it to me and said, Bianca, can you believe this? And I was completely shocked. And I spoke with some of the people that were mentioned on there, and they were completely horrified too, and said that they would right away go against what he was saying. They were just shocked. They were stunned.
Now tell me, I try to be very objective in what I do over the years, and I would not be in keeping with what I do if I didn't say this to you. People would say to you, well, you are here because you're an employee of Mr. Nygard. But you were saying the kind of things that you were saying because you were an employee. And if you weren't an employee, you mightn't be saying these things. How do you respond to that?
And I respond to them that the truth is the truth. I am an employee too. And if my staff mess up on me, I will deal with them rough. If I get in cross because of another worker, Mr. Nygard, he lash out on me to get to them, So we had our time, but knowing him personally, he's not the kind of man they think he is.
Okay, I understand where this is going. There was actually some close girlfriends of my dad that were here, Philly and Sam and Taz, and they traveled around with my dad. They were like his team, that was with him all the time. And Leo had messed up in something with a security breach, and they were sitting there, and they had been paid by the neighbor also. They twisted and got paid by him, and they're actually going to court over this also. But there was a video that went around because my dad was mad at Leo for the security breach, and it was just heated. When you really listen to what he's saying, anybody would react like that. It's heated. And they recorded it, and they said like how abused Leo is, and they just made it to such an extreme. But that's what I'm saying. When you have some spies out there that are getting money for something, you can record and you can twist around anything that you want to make it look like what you want it to look like, even if that's not the truth.
So a whole lot of people have been paid and been offered money in this whole feud, in this controversy.
Yes. I've seen a lot of people come down and try to bring lies to the chief. But Mr. Nygard is a very smart man. Mr. Nygard is know where you're coming from before you even come. That's how good he is. Very sharp. And you will try to pretend like you helping him with lies, but all of a sudden you're not allowed to come back on the property. And my job is to make sure you stay off the property. Because he know you only trying to get money from him. You bring in lies, but he doesn't know the truth. You see?
So you've had a whole lot of troublemakers around, eh?
Well, in their world, they believe they know more about him and Mr. Bacon, and they know about themselves. Mr. Nygard, he know the truth, so he don't need your lies to come down there.
So you've had some con artists who have been around, eh?
Yeah.
And it is your job to
make sure they don't come back.
Make sure they don't come back.
Yeah. And when he's out, make sure they don't bother him. A lot of guys, But I just stay in the background and I just observe everything. But when this guy started calling my name, then I had to come forward to let him know he lied and let the world know it's no truth.
Let me ask you this, and this is my final question, not unless Bianca has something else. When you see these articles and you read these things, or people say to you, or you hear that Mr. Nygard has been doing these things that are against the law and operating in a manner against the law, whether it's dredging, as they say, as they allege, or whether it's having some activities with women. Well, how does it make you feel to be working with him?
Well, I can tell you, being down there, you learn a lot of things from people, because a lot of folks come down there, and if you really see that place, it's like a fantasy world. And some of them never even had the chance to come through the gate. So when they reach down there, from the gate, the treatment they get to the food pit and the drinks, I mean, they just drink and eat and enjoying themselves. They come to live a fantasy lifestyle. My job is to make sure that they do it right. Make sure that they don't overdrink or smoke on the property or curse or carry on the property. That's my job.
But when you hear these negative things about your boss, how does it make you feel?
Bad. Make me feel bad. Because I know I'm a part of it. You understand me? I'm a part of it. I mean, I'm there. Mr. Nygard don't be where I be, but he be upstairs. And when he do come down, he come down to have a nice time with the guests who come there. And most of them have dinner around this table. To hear that foolishness, say, man, how low could you go? How low could you go? Yeah.
Well, Bianca, thank you for bringing Leo along. And, you know, we've been having a number of guests on the show with Bianca because she, in addition to dealing with the activities at Nygard Key, she also deals with a whole lot of things with Nygard Slims, eh?
Yes, yes.
So we've had people from the store and people who enjoy the Nygard hospitality on the show from time to time. So you've brought another good guest with us today.
Thank you,
Bianca.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here today, Leo.
Thank you, sir.
Good, thank you.
God bless.
Thank you for watching and listening to our program today. Good evening, everyone.